Hi Rishi, could you tell me a little about Antfarm?
Okay. Antfarm is a startup platform. It was built with the thought that the biggest challenge most people have today is they have a great idea, but they don't know how to execute the idea. And a lot of the times, the entrepreneurs with these great ideas don't understand what the pitfalls are. So they either scale too early, or they don't raise enough money. They have the wrong product vision. So I felt, because of my years of experience when I led the Times Internet Limited and I led Web 18, was that I understand what it takes to build scale, to reach leadership positions. So the idea was, can we in some way get the right-minded people together, get people who are almost superheroes in their vocation, across marketing, design, usability, business, and bring them on a common platform where we look at any idea where we feel there's a potential to really disrupt the space, and we build these out, and hopefully we'll have 5 or 6 market leaders in the next year or so. Yeah.
So from online publishing to startups, what are the challenges that you faced?
I think there's always going to be some challenge or the other. I think with online publishing, when I was heading Times, the big challenge was obviously monetization, and the fact that print and television always will take a lion's share of the advertising. We overcame that by kind of reinventing how advertising was sold. We created a platform called Demand Plus, which was more brand focused, so that worked for us. And with starting up, I think the biggest challenge is that we can't get things done at the speed of thought. That we wake up with fresh ideas, but it takes time to kind of implement these. And obviously, when you're starting up, marketing is something that you got to be careful of, because you can burn through a lot of money when you're building a product. So I think the challenge for us is now getting our product right, figuring out how to distribute it, figuring out how we can partner with the right set of people to help market our product, and really not burn a hole in our pocket while we're doing so. So we're very frugal. Most of the startups, we've built them at probably 1/5 what it would normally take a startup to build a company, and it's done through the shared resources, the shared services, the fact that we understand how to kind of push the dollar and make it go a mile longer. Yeah.
What are the startups that you would support? What do they need to have?
I think they have to be, first of all, addressing a large market opportunity, right? When I mean a large market opportunity, obviously it has to be $1 billion opportunity. I don't want to get into anything where it's completely blue ocean. There has to be an incumbent, but we got to be able to do something better. So there is an incumbent, there's someone who's obviously been there for a really long time, and the consumers probably looking for something better user experience, a better product, and that's where we kind of come in and try and occupy that space. Our strengths are obviously we're going to be trying to build global products out of India. One of the things I keep saying is that India for the longest time is known as the back office of the world, because we have Infosys and you have all these great companies, but they're known, yeah, that's it. Whereas I felt that the time was right where you have the right set of people today. Our usability standards are global. The product vision is global. So why can't we build something global out of our own backyard?
How is the office atmosphere like at Antfarm?
It's crazy. You got to see it. Yeah, I think we have the most vibrant. And if you spoke to some of my other CEOs and entrepreneurs, it ranges from having a model shoot in the middle of the day to having frantic sales calls. It's crazy. And the good thing is that it's a very collaborative environment. People don't want to leave. My idea was you spend most of your time in the office, and for many people it becomes like a punch-in, punch-out kind of atmosphere. So really wanted to create an environment which was slightly better than the home environment also. So you'll come in, you'll have, you can play the Xbox, you can actually wedge out. We've got these rooms called the think rooms where we wear little thinking caps and ant caps and stuff like that. So it's a fun environment. I made sure we had a nice big outdoor area also. And now we're working on having these ant pods where people can actually enclose themselves inside the ant pods and work. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
You'd hire a person to work at Antfarm
if they fit the bill. I think the one thing I've realized that there are no unhireable people. There has to be an opportunity that we can utilize them for. I have known some people, in my last 2 stints, who people wrote off and said, these guys can't do anything. but the problem is you have to find the right position for them, and they excelled when we did that. So I think, if you look at the philosophy, and this is why we called ourselves Antfarm also, if you look at the philosophy of ants, there's no clear leader, but everyone has a role, right from the workers to the queen to everyone has a role, and that's how we're built. We collaborate, we know our purpose, and we excel at our purpose.
So out of all these startups that you've supported, one thing that stands out, one startup that's your favorite?
Great people. Great people. I think I've managed to attract people who are unhireable. These are the guys who are at the top of their game, top of their profession, but they're bored. They want to kind of now create their own destiny, want to create their own billion-dollar idea, and we managed to find each other, and we work really well together. It's good, I think, when you find like-minded people, and everything else follows. Product follows, the monetization follows. You need good people who are willing to share your vision and go the distance with you.
What do you think of the TechCrunch event that you're at?
It's fantastic. I think we need more such events in India. It obviously means that India is now, the startup scene is so much larger than it was a couple of years ago. And I think to have a lot of these startups, these young kids talking, who I spoke to today, with these bright ideas, thinking globally, it's fantastic. And a platform like this only aids and supports them. It brings the right set of people together. It brings the venture capitalists. It brings the money, which is what they need at this stage. And if nothing else, they get to meet other entrepreneurs. And like the US, you have this whole vibrant ecosystem that kind of is symbiotic to each other, full of innovation, but they also support each other. So one startup will support another startup, and a lot of their early revenue comes from the internal startup community. So I think that's, I met 3 people out here in 3 booths, and I gave them my card and I said, let's do business on Monday, and they're going to get their first check from me. So yeah, so right.
So when at your tech event, are you a gadget freak?
I'm a complete gadget freak. I don't think I have one favorite, but I have every kind of camera possible. I have every kind of phone. I have the Xbox, the Nintendo, and the PlayStation at home. I'm now waiting for the PS4, so yeah.
Thank you very much. Great talking to you. Bye.
Good meeting you.
Same here. Bye.
Thanks, mate.